Hey there and happy Thursday. I'm excited about today's card because sometimes I love to just go back to traditional black and white images and have the excitement of just having monochromatic classic black and white just look really extra special. And so hopefully today's card number 3 for Kathy Hunter's virtual party does that for you too. So here it is. I just am bringing in different patterns and a bundle from that annual catalog that I haven't touched on for a couple months, and hoping that you enjoy today's card as well. So just want to make sure that my Facebook or iPad, excuse me, is catching up. Hi there, Lois. So it is, I think. If not, I'll just kind of let it spin here because my air conditioner's still out. And when I do my Facebook Lives, then I turn my fan off and then I start to melt. So hopefully the new motor comes in for that because it's not as bad today, but our house is starting to heat up. You know how that is. All right. So this is what we have. Hi there, Rosina, and I hope hostess Kathy is joining in too today. So here we have just a really classy looking black and white card. And like I said, lots of papers with patterns on it to actually make it look a little textured and stuff. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Frida. Or maybe it's Freda, a new person watching. That's exciting for me. So where these products are coming from is the Botanical Layers. Actually is a bundle. So you'll see the stamp set. Hi there, Ev. Hi, Leah. And yes, my hostess, Kathy, here, she is watching too, so I love that. Okay, so Botanical Layers is a bundle, so you get 60 sheets of vellum. So different patterns, I'll show you that here in a little bit. I won't touch on it too much because I have before. It is featured on page 93 of the annual catalog. So you'll see this really pretty botanical stamp set here, and I love it when they give us some great sentiments to work with. There's a thinking of you. Thank you for everything is what I'm using today, and you mean the world to me. Just love these classic botanical prints there. So that's where that is found. And then this is also the paper that I'm using is found in the back of the annual catalog too, and this is perfectly penciled. I'm gonna maybe bring that a little brighter because I know you guys like to know perfectly penciled. There we go. Like to know the names and such, and sometimes if you can't understand me or if something like slows down with the video, makes it easier maybe to see it than hear me. So it's all black and white patterns. So this is the one that I'm using now. Is this one. So it's kind of like an etched and sketch design here. And I thought about using this, but it kind of just got lost in the shuffle. But it kind of reminds me of that Nature's Prints that we all love. And then if you just need some traditional, I thought sometimes this can look so great with florals. And also sometimes this can look nice with Halloween. So we've got that. Kind of same with this, just plain black and white polka dots. Hi, Priscilla. I hope your group is all listening in because I know your group is stamping today. It's my husband's birthday. That's how I remembered that your get together was the same day. And then we've got this pattern, and I thought about using this. This kind of reminds me of those wedding ring quilts that people do. Now, for those that love to color in, look at these. You could hand cut this out and do some really pretty coloring, or even taking those blending brushes and coloring it in that way. Same with this. This provides a great background. And then for smaller flowers, we've got this as a background. And then the back side, we've got this for some more of a pattern there, than probably coloring in all sorts of tiny flowers. And I thought this was super pretty too. That I would want to do my blending brush and just kind of go over the whole thing with this still popping out. And then these are so pretty too. It was kind of hard for me to want to use this because out of all the flowers, I thought this one was kind of fun. So that is the perfectly penciled designer series paper from the annual catalog. All right, no cut and emboss machine for today's card, so I kind of could set that aside, but I am going to do some heat setting. Hi there, Pam. Hi, Julie. So what I have here for today's card, like I said, very monochromatic, basic black cardstock, basic white cardstock, and then the perfectly penciled is black and white. And then even this Botanical layers. If you like just the vellum, that's called Lovely Layers. You get 60 sheets. So you get a few sheets that look like this. Kind of reminds me of like a mountainscape there. And then this is what I'm using today as sheets of this. They are, in case you're wondering, measurements 3.75 by 5 inches. So I'm going to set that one aside because I need to pull one out to use for you guys. And I thought this could make kind of a fun Halloween card background too, just with the little polka dots on there. And then this is a fun one, and they have a great example in the catalog, kind of building that from a wreath into something. Oh, you guys are done stamping already. Oh, wonderful. I can't wait to see what you guys did together. And then there's a whole bunch of just plain vellum too, which I love the size. So it's so convenient to have that all pre-cut at 3.75 by 5. So that's what comes in the bundle there. Okay, so I've got this ready to go. So I think what I'll do is just kind of start building my card here because it's really easy. Today is going to be a quick and easy card, but I think it's going to look really elegant for those that love that type of card. So my card base here is like so. So 8.5 by 5.5, or excuse me, yeah, 8.25 by 5.5, scored at, oh my goodness, now I feel like I'm at a loss for it. 8.5 by 4.25 fold, scored at the 5.5. There, no, 4.25. Sorry, just pretend it opens that way like a normal card. I'm getting too like into that detail, which if you're a card maker, you know how that opens up. But just know, because I usually say this is 4.25 by 5.5 opening up, so it's doubled. So that's what threw me off. There we go. And my brain's hot in my house without air conditioning. Hi there, Beth. Thanks for joining in. So now I've got this pretty DSP, Designer Series paper. Now this is cut 4 by 5.25. So I've got that. All right. So this I'm just going to tack down with my seal adhesive on the edges and put that down just so. I was a little nervous about picking this out because it's kind of a busier pattern, even though it's just still black and white. And then kind of pairing this up with it. But I love that it just kind of complemented it very well. Now, the fun thing about having this vellum and having all the pattern around the edges is I can sneak on some glue dots. If you've ever watched videos where I've worked with vellum before, if you use adhesives, it will show behind there. So I can kind of sneak a glue dot on that black leaf there, so that's not visible. And then I can sneak another one kind of down here behind that leaf, so that's not visible. This one I'm going to go up just a hair there to catch kind of where the leaf is a little bit wider. And then here up on the top, I can catch the leaf there and stick a glue dot behind there too. So we've got that. Sometimes I've put or hid them underneath like the greeting, but I was afraid with this being a bigger piece of vellum that these corners might curl up and such. So I thought, oh, just putting little glue dots. And so between the pattern on the vellum being able to hide the glue dots, then also that busy pattern behind there just kind of hides little flaws like that too, which is really nice. Hi there, Linda. I haven't seen your name pop up for a while. That makes my day. So now we've already got most of the card built in just a matter of a couple minutes. So I'm just going to take this strip of black cardstock. I think I cut it like 2.75 because we're going to end up punching it out with the decorative circle punch from the annual catalog here. But before I do that, I'm going to emboss our sentiment on there. So this is what Stampin' Up! Used to sell. And for those of you that have said, oh, I want my little embossing tray here too, well, look at here. It is on page 49 of the mini catalog. And I know this has been a hit for so many of you because it's one of the rare things that I've always shown in videos. I always try and show you only current products that you can get, but because I love my little powder tray. I've always shown it. So it's number 3, Embossing Additions Toolkit. So you get the tray, you get the tweezer, you get the embossing buddy, and a brush to brush off. So that's kind of nice too. So that's where that's coming from. Mine might look old, but it's still Stampin' Up, which tells you that the quality is great because it's older than old. Use it all the time. Hi there, Carol. So what I'm going to do here is take my sentiment from Botanical Layers, and this says thank you for everything, but there is a thinking of you, and there's other ones too. So just know that there's other options if you want to copy this card on your own. So here we have thank you for everything, and it doesn't show up because I need to get some embossing powder on there. Actually, I'm going to stop. I'm going to go on the other side because I keep wanting to show you my embossing buddy and I keep forgetting. But as I use black cardstock, I always feel like that picks up the oils from my fingers a little bit more. So I'm going to go with this. And Ev wants to know if you can just order the embossing buddy. And boy, don't I wish you could. This was a really good seller for me when they sold just the embossing buddy. So as you see, as I drop it, kind of just looks like a powder on there, and that absorbs the oils and doesn't do anything to affect the stamping. So as of right now, the only way that you can get the embossing buddy is part of this heat tool and like embossing additions kit. Not heat tool, but just the embossing thing. And so as you can see here, I'm going to get some better light on there too. The image is nice and crisp and clear. There's no little flecks of any extra embossing powder at all. So now I'm going to heat this up. And so that, it's always kind of fun. It kind of can look like a chalkboard when you've got some nice pop of white embossing powder on the black. Like I said, it was going for kind of a classy look. And yeah, you can see this really take shape and get a lot brighter white when I do that. So next, then what I'm going to do is take this decorative circle punch and just give a little bit of shape here to our sentiment. So I'm just going to feed that in. Whoops. Hold on, need it to get it past the lip. There we go. Operator error. The punch is fine. It's just me. So I've got that centered here, and I'll just give it a pop like so. And now because I've kind of handled this, I'm going to use my embossing buddy just again because I want to add, now that I kind of know where that is centered, I'm going to add a couple of these little spriggy floral images from that same stamp set. So this one's a little bit larger, so I'll put one down there and then a couple smaller ones kind of off to the side. I don't want to squish it too much in there because they're pretty detailed, and I also don't want them to look like snowflakes, and this will make sense. Okay, so here's my tweezer. I'm going to give that here. And then what's nice is a lot of times I just take and tap that on there. And so doing it with the tweezer just kind of seems like it's a little bit sturdier way to do this. But now can you kind of see where I was afraid that might look like snowflakes? But as I heat this up, they do get a lot more defined, and they kind of look like little floral tops. Like I think they look like my sedum that really come to life in the fall. I'm not always like really good with flowers, keeping them alive or knowing their names, but I do know my sedum has little flowered tops like this in the fall. And it's still maybe not exactly that, but that's what it reminds me of as I heat it up. So I've got that. Hi there, Fern. Thanks for joining in. All right, so we've just got just a little bit of an accent piece. I kind of like the classic plain, so if you like that and go, you know what, I think I would have just left thank you for everything and left it at that. That would be just fine too. But I thought, well, let's add a little bit more to it. You saw how it was plain, and now you'll see how it looks with the little extra decoration on there. Hi, Kay. Thanks for joining in. So I love it when you guys ask questions like that, though, too, because often you aren't the only one with that question. So then everybody can kind of hear it, and then nobody has to look back for an answer later and such, too. I can answer it right here. But sometimes people just look at comments, and so I'll probably put the answer again after the video post, too. So I'm just going to put like 4 dimensionals on the back side of this and then just center it, and that basically completes the bulk of the card. Isn't that just so pretty? Just like so, like I said, just kind of was going for classic today. Nothing cutesy, just kind of a little elegant. And then I do want to add a little bit for an accessory, and that is the red and green adhesive back pearls. So this is in the new July through December. I always call it the holiday catalog, you know, and so with that, you can see why there's the red and green, but then there's silver and gold too. And these colors are just so shiny. And I don't know if the camera picks up exactly, like these kind of have a matte but pearly finish, if that makes sense, because it's kind of 2 different descriptions of something. If you're in the paint store, matte and pearl and satin, they're all different things, but these are really shiny. And so I think what's nice about that, by adding just a few of the silver pearls, they are shiny enough to just show up, and tiny enough to not take over and add anything. And with everything being so busy on the card, then I'm just adding that little bit there, and there. Like I said, it's always hard to know if my camera's picking that up or at all or not. But I think we all agree when you get a card in person, then you see all those details, and then it makes it extra special that way too. Oh, thank you, Julie. And of course, I'm going to do something a little bit with the inside. And so with this pattern, of the vellum kind of having a lot of the different shapes, it's using this. Oh, actually it uses all of the main images from the Botanical layer stamp set. So I chose my favorite today, and that tended to be this one. So I'm just going to ink that up in my black ink pad here, like so, and then I will ink that up and just stamp that in the corner on my white piece of basic white cardstock for my little inside piece. And since this is a thank you card, I'm not adding any extra sentiment for the inside, so that can be left blank for those of you receiving this card from me to be used as a thank you, just as thank you for everything. So it could be for a thing, something done, or just a person being a person. So we've got that with the follow through of that on the inside. So if you need a quick and easy card, this is great. And those layering vellum pieces just make it so quick and easy. You could whip out several cards like this really fast, a little bit of time for embossing, but not a lot, and you can make the recipient feel like you worked on this for hours. Isn't that always our goal? So this is card number 3, wrapping up Kathy Hunter's virtual demos. So hopefully Kathy enjoyed all of them, and you guys did as well. So she'll be keeping her party open for a little bit. I need to confirm with her when she wants to close, but demos will still continue on, and so it'll give you time to decide like when you want to order, who you want to order from. So if you want to order through Kathy's party, just use that special host code, or let me know if I'm helping you order that you want to use that code, and you'll get all 3 cards that I've ordered with your minimum order of $25. But keep in mind it's celebration, so you'll get free things with every $50 or even $100 levels. So keep that in mind too as you're placing your order. And then starting tomorrow, I will have Dawn Earlbeck's virtual party starting. So I'll start hers tomorrow, go into next week, and then also do Deb Warwick's virtual party too. So lots of demos for you. I'm already writing notes because I have so many ideas, some of them using celebration things that I don't want to run out of demo days before celebration or and have it kind of run over. So that doesn't work very well when I do that, because celebration ends when celebration ends. So thanks so much for your comments. It's so nice. Thanks, Sherry. And so I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great night. And hopefully tomorrow I won't be so glistening. My air conditioner will hopefully be fixed, and I'll come to you in a much better mood. No, it's not that bad. Take care. See you later.